Hello and welcome to another video with myself, Reverend Arlene C. So this will be the third September update. As I mentioned in the other videos, that September has been bringing in so much energy, um, so many opportunities for growth and expansion. But as always, as 2024 has started, back in January already, it is very much this time of responsibility and accountability and being raw and truthful with yourself, being as honest as possible with yourself, especially around those programs and beliefs that we've held on to. Um, and that is really coming to the surface as 2024 continues, and right now in September. And as I mentioned before, this big huge onion that is just filled with these really thin, fine layers, and it's just constantly in motion right now. We just have times where maybe it's not as intense, but we are constantly in this motion, this fluidity of growth and expansion, and peeling through these layers. And sometimes we sit there and we say to ourselves, I feel like I just went through this, but it's in a way, yes, you did, but now this is the next layer to it. So right now, what I've been, it's besides my own experiences and what I've been experiencing personally, when I connect to the collective energy, and as I've stated in other videos too, that it's what I share may not always resonate with everybody, because I connect to so many different energies, and often when I make the videos, it is with the one that I guess is most in my energy field when I create the video. So and that's sometimes the one that I will focus on and share more, because that's the one that feels more in with that higher intention, I guess. And and again, I don't choose the messages to share, the information to share. It is what comes out, and I just go where I'm led. So I feel that part of this could be because we are reaching um, the autumn equinox, and so there's this energy of, and I don't want to say rebirth, because it doesn't really feel like rebirth, but it's this energy of, I keep hearing the word reevaluating. And there is, and again, it's not even about starting over or starting anew, it's about remembering. And this is what a lot of this energy is now, that we're building to and growing with and expanding on and uncovering, is that remembering of who we are in this human experience right now, and understanding there are aspects. Okay, so I'm just going to say it this way just because it seems to be how they want it to be shared. So in many ways, we are playing a game, right? We're in this game. So it's knowing how to play the game, or understanding aspects of the game and how to play it. So we understand that we are in a game, and we have roles to play, because we are in this human experience right now. We are in these skins, right? We're in this body right now. So we have roles that we need to play. But then we have our consciousness, our seat of consciousness that understands this, that is the observer, and also sees and helps us to understand we're playing a game. And it's kind of like, okay, you kind of play along as you continue growing and going through the steps, but there's a part of you that understands that this game is really insignificant. And that as more and more of us connect and embrace the higher seat of consciousness, then this version of the game, I don't want to say lessens, but changes, right? And we find more people who understand and live in the seat of consciousness, and we play less in this game, even though we know it exists to a certain degree, but we also know that this one exists. And so it's about finding that balance, right? It's us living in that polarity, right? Where it's not that one is good and one is bad, or one is negative and one is positive, but these are polarities. And as we said before, they are two heads of the same coin, right? So, okay, so with that, in what I'm trying to say is we are remembering more and more of this. We are stepping more and more into that seat of consciousness, that seat of knowing. And in that, we find different levels of peace and calm and balance and alignment. And it's not saying that we don't experience any of the other stuff, of course, right? We go through waves, and but you'll notice that the waves shorten and you can spend and have more time in that calm, right? And noticing more and more how those things that were once, or once felt so important, or a better word, that we were attached to, we are starting to become non-attached to, right? And we're experiencing more of wanting to live more, with minimal things, right? We want less clutter, and there's like that purging of physical, things that we have. It's like that's almost kind of like that's like the step we have to take in a way, because of us being human. Often it takes us doing these physical things, right? Where how sometimes, when you purge and you clean and you unclutter and you move furniture around and you do these different things, that helps you to feel better first. So it's almost like it takes that physical to then impact you by mind and spirit, right? And then it connects with the body and everything too. So I feel like that is where what is happening a lot. And I feel too, for some people, they may be experiencing a lot of nausea right now, and it's more of a sense of more like a vertigo. So even though you're feeling the nausea in your stomach, but it's more in the head, right? Because there's just congestion, and it could be your equilibrium is off. You could have crystals in the ears that need to decalcify, right? So doing the I think it's called the half somersault or something. You can always YouTube it and see that little exercise to help break the crystals in the ear and help with the vertigo. Sometimes I find too, drinking orange juice seems to sometimes help with that for some reason. Another thing I'm going to share. So this is something that I was raised with, and like I always said, I was raised with a lot of kind of like mysticism in my world, and and a lot of like the, using the natural or homeopathic treatments and stuff like that to help us, right? So something else that was coming through today and what that they wanted me to share in the video because of that and because of this nausea kind of, where it's like, you move your head and it just, then you feel sick, right? Because it's just like, and you didn't even have to move it too much. Um, and you'll find it on more one side than the other. Is okay. So, often we sleep with our heads to, um, the headboard, if you have a headboard or whatever, right? And then our feet by the end of the bed. So now you want to rotate your body and you're going to sleep where your head, you're going to sleep where your feet usually are, and your feet will be pointing to the headboard. So do that for the next, I'm going to say 3 days, right? So today is Friday, September 20th. So for the next 3 days, you're going to sleep that way, and that will also help kind of like reset our clock within our bodies, because sometimes our body needs that reset, and that's a good way to do that. And if you feel like you need more than the 3 days, then do that. And hopefully that will also help with just rebalancing and helping with the vertigo in the body. So I want to keep this video short, but I just wanted to share that. So that is the energy update that I'm feeling right now. And as I said, it really is just more continuations of the same message, or just highlighting some of the other information, just because that is what's happening. It's just sometimes it becomes more intense, but we're constantly kind of going through the same thing in different waves and in different intensities and with some other varieties, but it's really always kind of the same as we keep moving through and purging and clearing and cleansing and allowing the next phase to take shape. So that's everything for today. As always, your presence is so greatly appreciated, surrounding you all in love. You are loved, you are seen, you are safe, you are whole. Until next time.